project is about transforming perspectives. It's part of a design class at Nanyang Technological University in Singapore. My name is Joan Kelly. I'm an artist, primarily a painter. While I've been living in Singapore for the past 12 years, I've developed a social art practice. And here I'm trying to connect the social art practice with my teaching through this project called Hidden in the City Yet in Clear View.
Basically, when you first gave us the assignment about interacting with foreign workers, obviously, in our head, we have that mindset of that stereotype that, oh, okay, like, we'll just do somewhat like charity work. Because in Singapore, we are used to having that mindset that, oh, okay, construction workers are somewhat beneath us. A lot of them kind of look down on them. But obviously, we came in here, you forced us to come out of our shells and think about creative ways to interact with them or to get on the same level with them. And so when we reached there, obviously we weren't expecting them to be so open as well. Like, they were shy at first, yes. But once we started to like approach them or like talk to them, no matter how limited the barrier of communication is, because some of them are not very fluent in English, but there is that hint of connection with certain foreign workers. Like, there were some there who loves to dance, and we have dancers in our group, and then some who love to cook, which Scott did the cooking section with, and from there on, we had that connection with them, which was a very new experience, and it was very enriching for us.
So when I heard about this assignment, I wanted to accentuate on their skills. So Akbar, he was a very good cook, and I wanted to make a cooking show just for him so that he can demonstrate to the world how good of a chef he can be.
And to put the sambar, the salad. This one also
Not just as his daytime job, which is it was a plumber. He was in charge of swimming pools. Yeah, so having him cook in front of the camera, cook in front of my family in the video, it was something that allowed us to learn from him as well. Every relationship is formed by getting used to one another. Once you break that barrier, break the ice, you can form friendships with anyone, even migrant workers, and you to get that stereotype out of your head. I was a bit skeptical about this whole idea at the start, because I mean we all wanted to just do this project for the grades. I soon realized that it was more than just that. We took back more than just the hours spent for work, but we also learned a lot about them. We also grew ourselves, and I think we also impacted them as well. Like opening up our home for them and introducing them into our lives. I think that's a very meaningful experience for us and them.
And this was really unusual for the migrant workers to be in the home of a Chinese family. I was just very proud of them. To exchange belief practices by visiting each other's temples. This was an Indian worker, and the two students took them to their Buddhist temple and he to their Hindu temple, and they explained to each other about their gods and showed each other their traditional practices of worship.
So essentially, we as engineering students, they already have a diploma, they already have a degree, and they come here to work. So in a sense, we are doing the same thing as them. So we are learning to become like them, because they are already in that field. But again, there's that stereotype of construction workers being beneath us or being a demeaning job, which isn't true.
So that's why this project really encouraged us to give back to the community so that everyone has a fair economic chance.
Learning through lectures is very theory-based. Of course, you need a fair share of theory, you need a fair share of practical. But I think the most valuable education one can get is through experiences, because nobody can have the same experience as the other person. So how they feel towards a certain experience may be different from others. And they take away certain different things from all these experiences. So of course, with the first-hand experience, with the exchange with foreign workers, actually expose our eyes to what we can do after we graduate, after we get our cert and everything, how we can maybe change or like make a positive impact on the society, no matter how small the effort is, but if it makes a difference still, it's worth it. So yeah, I think this mod really taught us that, like, not to just think practically, but think of the bigger box.
So I was quite pleased with the outcome of the project, and that was seen through the enthusiasm of the students. They had much more empathy and understanding of the workers, and I'm hoping that it's a small headway where some of these students will grow up to be in positions of power where maybe they can one day make some changes for these workers.